All right. Welcome to episode 3 of Chill Play for Pantheon Rise of the Fallen. I'm excited to have a lot of fun tonight, as I've been having fun for the past 2 days. Might enjoy more of a solo experience today and see what the world of Terminus has to offer. Just as a reminder, I have no affiliation with this game. All opinions are my own. And this is an alpha build. This testing phase is called Season 1 Into the Pass. There are going to be multiple seasons, and with each season, I will be eligible for 1 week of playtesting. And just full transparency, I did pay $50 for the lowest tier pledge package so I can have this access. And I will say I have not regretted a single cent. I have had an amazing time. I've had an amazing time, a relaxing time, a funny time. That's okay. I'm assuming that's his pet chasing him. Yeah, they just got pets in the game, so yeah, I've been having a blast. And I gotta say, when people said, like, I watched a couple of videos, right, and what people would say is, you definitely want to be in a group, and I see why, because the game immediately opened up in a group, right? We were working together, adventuring, figuring stuff out, asking questions. It was just an adventure, right? And it reminded me a lot of original EverQuest. There's no quest markers. There's no exclamation points over people's heads. You have to read to a certain degree, right? But I know some people prefer not to read. There's ways around that, but you still have to skim through some of the text so you know what you're doing. There's no map, so I'll hit the M key. Hitting the M key, nothing's happening. So yeah. Oh, speaking of friends, there's a friend right there. I need to get emotes in the game. But yeah, my point in saying all that is the game is more fun with friends. I was anticipating on doing some solo stuff, but I'm not going to say no to hanging out with my friend. But yeah, there's a couple of things I wanted to mention about it, but yeah, this is, at the end of the day, this is day 3 of what I would call my playtest, my first impressions. I've been following personally the project. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I'll share a little bit about that. I have been following the project for approximately 10 years, right? Yeah, we're in 2024. I first heard of the project in 2014. I heard that Brad McQuaid, the original designer of one of the original designers of EverQuest, was coming out with a new MMO project called Pantheon Rise of the Fallen. And I was hooked, from those photos of him and his team in the garage, brainstorming ideas and all that stuff. I was hooked. I followed the project ever since. I've witnessed all the ups and downs, every step of the way, all the way through Brad's unfortunate passing to all the major changes that we recently had. And I have always been a constructive criticism, if I can speak tonight, a person that approaches this project with constructive criticism. There was things I was really excited about, and then there was things that would make me scratch my head. But one thing I always was positive and supportive, right? And that stems from basic, and I don't want to call it integrity. I guess you would call it just my position on life. Treat others the way you'd want to be treated, right? So I know in my personal life, in my business life, and everything in between, I am not perfect. I make mistakes, and I know that if I'm striving to do better, then I like to have a second chance, right? So I've extended those second and third and fourth chances to Pantheon Rise of the Fallen, and based on what I'm seeing right now, I'm not disappointed, right? I do not feel let down. I do not feel scammed. And I'm actually very impressed. And I came in with pretty low expectations, just to be clear. I did not know whether or not I would like the graphics. I did not know whether or not I'd like the gameplay. I don't know. I didn't know how the classes were going to play. I hadn't watched too many videos, long form, right? I'd stopped by Nathan Napalm's channel, Zaid's channel, Redbeard Flynn's channel, the Static Group channel, all of their channels. I'd swing by, I'd look around and see what they were doing. But what I will say to anyone curious about this project or this game, none of that is going to give you any kind of insight until you actually log in and start running through this world and start doing things. It feels like a living, breathing world. It feels alive. It feels like it already has incredible depth. And I've tried a lot of MMOs, and some of them have been really great. But this really feels alive. I feel like they do a good job of kind of sucking you into the world, encouraging you to explore, and more importantly, encouraging you to work with others. And obviously they're going to tighten up on the graphics, they're going to tighten up on the quests, they're going to tighten up on the performance. I mean, they have a whole freaking world to build out, right? This is a small smidget of Terminus that's currently available to us. Terminus is the name of the landmass for this game. But like, for example, the verticality here. I'd watch the videos and I'm like, oh, that looks gimmicky and janky. I'm like, is that even high? Is that even relevant? Well, when you're in game, you really do have that sense of verticality. You're looking up there and you're like, sheesh, that's high. And and the sheesh, that's high, and then the feeling of intrigue of, I wonder what's up there, so there's a lot to like, but there's a lot of work left to go. And I think with more positivity and more feedback, they are going to do really well. So I'm off of my soapbox. I think I shared what I needed to share. A little bit of context about who I am playing as. I'm playing as a human, which that's the only race available right now. There's obviously going to be everything from your dwarven type races to your gnomish type races to your elvish type races. So all the high fantasy races will be in the game. And also some twists. I am playing as a Paladin. I typically play as a druid in games like EverQuest. Currently playing a druid on Project 1999 and Project Quorum. Pretty much any game. I mean, even if it was classic WoW, I'd play a night elf, right? That's just my preference. A wood elf in EverQuest and so forth and so on. So I am not playing. I'm outside of my comfort zone right now. I typically never would even consider playing a human. But all that being said, I'm playing a race I don't usually play, playing a class that I'm not familiar with. And here's where I'm going to get a little bit cheesy. I'm having a phenomenal phenomenal time. And I can actually I can explain myself and put a name to that feeling in the form of a description. It's that feeling that you have when you're at school or your work and you're daydreaming about what adventures, what quests, what things you want to explore when you get home and finish your responsibilities. Whether it's in middle school, high school, you know, getting your college work done, coming home from work, or finishing up adulting, right? Family responsibilities. That adventurous thought process you have in your head, that self-talk. It's like, oh man, I really want to go check out that place from the other night, or I really want to go complete that quest, or I wonder what it's going to be like when fill in the blank. I was having those kind of thoughts, right, throughout the day, and for me that was very foreign because I haven't had that feeling since, you know, games like classic EverQuest and so forth. Okay, that's my first impressions and kind of feedback there. Now I'm going to get grounded on what we're going to do tonight. I know I was yapping away and I ignored my friend completely. Sorry I missed the message from earlier. I'm cool grouping, but it's up to you. Might be interesting to see what solo offerings are available. So I'm a level 4 Paladin. Have a nice little sword that my friend Vontae made for me. So crafting is really big in this game. There's also mob drops, right? So you can get your loot in multiple ways. Either questing is one, crafting is another, and mob drops is another. So there's plenty of opportunity to get all decked out in the latest fashions. And I have a couple pending quests. I'm sorry, I keep running in circles. So I got a couple quests here. I'm gonna head over to the bank and see what components I'm still missing. Okay, so I know a rusted longsword is part of this quest right here. Alright, there you go. So, in case anyone's curious, if you press I, it's inventory. B opens your bag. And then your journal is J. Alright, so we need one of those. Obtain rusted longsword, check. Handful of metal bolts. Those are not metal bolts. And we need a handsaw. We also need a spool of rope for this quest. 3 tattered belts. Wood cutting by the bushel, gather 10 fresh apples, so we might do some of that. And mine 10 lumps of coal. Okay, so those are 2 crafting, so mining and wood cutting quests. Tattered pelts. Who do I get the pelts from? What is that from, like a bat? Or does it matter what kind of creature? You can get them from most creatures in Forlin. Okay. And this is harvesting. So these 4 quests are for trade skills, which are completely optional, just as any quest is. But I do want to complete this quest, so we're going to go find some bandits. I could have sworn I had those lying around here somewhere, but alas. A scavenger like you will have no problem finding those, that's for sure. A little tip, thrown fast is a vast region. I'd wager you have a good chance of finding one of those longswords by sniffing around with the thugs and ruffians hunt. Let's check that out. I know we were fighting some bandits the other day, and that's where I was able to get the longsword, but I could not find the metal bolts or the handsaw, so since we're doing a little bit of soloing, gonna go ahead and check that out. Great. I'm going to check out Bandit Camp Solo for that one quest and then hit you back. I want to see what it's like soloing just in general, you know, as a Paladin level 4 with the abilities I currently have. Is it doable? Is it difficult? See, he's yellow. She's yellow. Definitely can't take her. She's light blue. I should be able to take her. So we're gonna go ahead and go for it. Some of the mobs are bugged. So the reason she's not attacking is because she is bugged. She is broken. This is an alpha build, so there's plenty of bugs and plenty of things that need to be fixed. Hence why there's so many people in this test. Let's see, for the mining quest, I need 5 lumps of coal. Right ore and a gemstone. Oh, look at that little goblin person. I saw a goblin yesterday and I just thought it was super cool. They look cool. Alright, we're not gonna find any bandits here. And in all honesty, this might be a fool's errand because I really don't think there's much you can solo unless it's a light blue. Like this one right here. Easy peasy. So we'll skin this little bat so we can complete this quest, I think. We need 3 tattered pelts. I would think that the tattered pelts would come from like a fox or something. Some kind of critter. Hey, Zukin. And Skokat. Skokat says amen. Amen, amen. And Zukin has a dinosaur emoji. Feed me, Seymour. I apologize for the loss of sound. I actually want to turn on my chat today so I can see what you guys are saying. Alright. Looks like the sun is going to start setting soon, so it's about to get very purty. Skullcat said, "Oh dang, the stream is leveling up." Well, when people like Zukin and Robert come by, I've already reached the prime of streamhood. I've accomplished every goal in life at that point. Always an honor to have anyone from Monsters and Memories on board. But games aside and development aside, you guys are just super cool people. Probably gets annoying always being, you know, referred to as that developer from Monsters and Memories or the developer from such and such. Like, we're all just MMO fans at the end of the day, right? Oh, yes. This is a great opportunity to fall to my death. Let's take it. This is kind of like the verticality I've been talking about. We made it. So this is one of the bandit camps. Oh, that guy's mining over there. Looks like there's a group here, which is cool. One of the things I'm excited for coming up in the upcoming weeks is they're gonna uh-oh. What is this guy con? Ooh, he's white to me. This is... I'm in danger. Hey, this is nice. Look at me. Look at me soloing a white mob. I'm impressed. Nice. And I got myself... I think I got some new fresh gear for myself, folks. I did. Yes. Got some fresh loot. That's always exciting. Look at me with my cool looking gloves. Oh, let's do a quick before and after. Oh, by the way, this is the Paladin Epic. It's a combination of a pickaxe, an axe, and a spear all in one. It's the unofficial Paladin Epic that you can get at a low level right now in Pantheon. I'm really just kidding. That is absolutely a bug. Some of the bugs are kind of hilarious, but okay. And there we go with the gloves. Now I have gloves on. I'm so fancy. Oh, and my sword came back. All right. So the sun is setting. It's about to get purdy. We're gonna run around here and just check out the view really quick. For anyone that's been to any of these chill play sessions or any time I'm playing any kind of game period, I usually turn the UI off most of the time just so I can enjoy the game and immerse myself in the world. Oh, and if you haven't noticed already, first-person view is in the game, which is awesome. I think, personally, any kind of MMO RPG that does not have first-person view, I can't play the game. I've tried, and I last about a week before I don't feel that I'm attached. I feel like I'm detached from my character, and I can't really get sucked into the universe. Sounds weird, sounds whatever. I don't care how it sounds, just the way I am. Zukin said, too bad it's not on fire. Oh, yes, that would be a very nice treat. If the sword was on fire. In due time it will be. In due time. I absolutely love the sound design in this game too. I think this takes us to the Enchanter Guild. That looks mighty cool. Oh, I've never seen this. This looks so cool. That is nifty. That looks cool. Devin says, a pretty night. I agree. Pretty night indeed. What was that? Oh, that must be the pest control guy. Yep, that's the pest control. Can't wait for them to get emotes in the game so I can start waving at random people for no reason. Hello, mate. That's enough of the pixel drooling. Let's see what these con to me. It is quite dark, so let's get our lantern out. Alright, quest complete. Now we need some apples, but our inventory might be filled up. Yeah. We are gonna need to sell. Wonder if there's any merchants over here. Should be a merchant somewhere, right? I'm just gonna right click on everyone we see. Oh, look at this wisp type of anomaly thing. I don't know if you can hear the noise it's making, but it sounds super cool. That's so cool. That is so cool. Let's see what's in here. Probably just an empty placeholder building. Okay, there we go. We found a person. Oh, cool. This person sells bags. And a pouch for 19 silver is the cheapest I've seen so far. I'm not even close to having 17 silver. I could have sworn one of my buddies told me that you can buy a bag for like 5 silver from other characters, like other crafters. But regardless, let's go ahead and sell. Right click, alt right click to sell. We need the tattered belts because that's for our quest. Oh, look at that. We're not doing any crafting right now, so I'd rather just sell it. Cool. Oh my gosh. All right. LOL, you startled me. That's my buddy. I didn't realize he was right behind me. Desert Tune said, yes, can hear the sound of the wisp. Yeah, that sounds crazy. Crazy cool. What a coinky dink. I don't know how to spell coinky dink, so I'll just make it up. Bandits question mark? Or trash mobs by the mountains. Where that rabbit was. Makes no difference. I've been just killing a little bit. Okay, cool. Cool. Follow me. I just need to drop by the bank. Yeah, so we were just talking about the bags, and Sneakybeanz said, I keep filling my bags in like every 2 minutes or less, and it's getting kind of annoying. So that's 100% one of the first things in the game. It makes you kind of eager. It's like, man, I need to make money some way, somehow, because I need to get some bags. Because inventory space is definitely a problem. But I would rather it be... I wouldn't want bags to come easy either. I think that's part of... there's a game loop behind that, you know? Does it stink? Yes. But it forces you to do difficult things to make it stink less. Shadowy thug. We're not going to mess with that right now. I'm a little lost. Yeah, nighttime looks really cool in the town. See how the lighting is? You can see the lamps in the distance. Let me turn my... Yeah, it looks nice. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and get rid of this. Well, you know what? Gotta go ahead and sell this really quick, see what I can get for this. Oh wow, 5 silver for these? Oh, nice. Okay, I just got an idea. I don't remember how much that bag was, but I think it was somewhere around... Alright, we'll figure it out in just a second. Let's come back here, let's complete our quest. Boom, bingo. Accept the next quest. We now have 19 silver. Okay. Hey, my bad. I might need to run back to the enchanter area really quick. Devin says, beautiful. Yeah, I agree. I'm I'm surprised. Oh. So let's see, I have 19. So I can technically buy 3 bags. Oh, sorry, 8 silver. So 2 bags. Oh, technically 3. Oh, no, I'm sorry, 2. Wow. I don't know where I got that from. Alright, let's see where this gentleman is. Or gentlewoman. Awesome. Can I get 2, please? Alright, cool. We're getting some bags. There we go. We had a problem. Now we have a solution. Where's this Ayla person? I mean, I would assume that he's... Oh, there he is. There he is. Oh, look, he's got the epic weapon as well. Good for him. Alright, so we're giving him 2. $16 silver. Oh, how do I do this? I have no idea. So 16 silver, like that. I've never done this before, so 16 silver. It's official. Oh man, I haven't been so excited to get bags in a long time. That's flipping awesome. Oh man, that's a great feeling. Look at that. Look at that. That's awesome. Now we're playing EverQuest with butter. Here you go. Heck yes. Oh, this is awesome. Woot! Ding, got me some bags too. Who would have thought that I'd be cheesing about getting a couple bags on a Tuesday? I'm not even a teenager anymore. That was a past life. I don't know if anyone got the reference there, but... Alright. Alright, we're ready. Enough of that foolishness. We got 3 bags. We have a destination. We have a friend. And we're ready to go. I got you. Where's sneaky. He's 15 silver short. Where's Sneakybeanz? So we want to right click and trade. Let's just give him 2 silver. That's what we take care of our friends. Wait, cancel. Let's do 215. No, let's give him 2 silver and 50. There you go. Boom. Take it. Yay. Awesome. Love you too, boo. BRB 1 second. That goes for you guys too. I'll be right back. All right, and we're back. All right, what else did Sneaky say? Yay, now maybe we won't have to run back to town every 8 minutes. Woot. Yep. Ready, Freddy? Was born ready, Freddy. All right, let's do this. The adventure begins. Oh, that was tight. Yes. Devin asked, is Sneakybeanz a rogue? Yes, he is. Sneakybeanz is a rogue. He also goes by the same name on Project Quorum, EverQuest, if you're familiar with that. And he's actually a real life friend of mine. We met back in Kellethan a few years back and have been best friends ever since. It's really amazing how you can meet like-minded people through a virtual world like this and then vibe better with them than you do some extended family members. But yes, sorry. To answer your question, he is a rogue, and I'm a paladin. And there's Throne Fast in all of its glory. That looks so cool. Devin said, dude, that's awesome. I had a few friends like that. Heck yeah. Wow, this place has some serious vibes. Like, can you imagine once this goes live? The gates are gonna be open, the city is gonna be bustling, there's gonna be people running in and out. Just busy, alive. I mean, similar to that Ferelia or whatever it's called. I just think this is going to be such a cool world to explore. I'm telling you, I went in with really low expectations, even though I've been following this project since 2014. I read some of the one too many troll and negative comments and started to believe the lie that this was some sort of scam, or, you know, as if they weren't working on the game. But boy, that's why you don't believe everything you read on the internet. This is flipping awesome, and I need to pay attention. Whoops. What is she calling? Okay, she's white. We'll be alright. Let me pull this off of him. Come on. Quick heal. I should have healed myself instead of him. Alright, I gotta focus. So the cool thing right here, I want to point something out to everyone watching. So you see how it says Sneakybeanz here, and then on the right it had a red con. That's basically like okay, sorry. Let me start over. So right here I'm targeting a young ghost viper, but if I click on myself, you see how I appear right there, and if I click on Sneaky. So what this does is you can target two things at once. If it's blue, it means it's a friendly target. If it's red, that's who you're attacking. So because I'm a paladin and I have healing spells, I can basically be attacking this, and without having to click on him to select him, I can just go ahead and cast my healing spell or lay hands, whatever it is that's available to me, and do my healing without jumping from target to target. I've never seen that before. I'm sure it's been done by other games. I've personally never experienced it, but I like it. And I'm liking playing a paladin. I do like crowd control. I also like healing. So, oh cool. I got myself a ring, guys. Fashion Quest. Yeah, look at me. An old tarnished ring. Nothing really special about it, but it might be worth a few coins. We'll see about that. I'll pull at full HP. Alright. If I pull all by accident, we run. Don't try to save me. Hehe. Okay. Alright, we're gonna sit here and wait. So that bandit is running away, or walking away, I should say. I'm going to try to pull the line of sight people. Yesterday this camp was bugged. Okay, yes. Okay, the camp is bugged. So that's why they disappeared. So it's just one mob. Pulling back. Where's Sneaky? Sneaky, where are you? That'll help. Oh, come on. Where's your situational awareness, buddy? It's more fun this way. Look at that sunrise. Whoa, look at that sunrise. Oh, this is great. Oh, I'm so sold on this game, guys. This is so great. I'm such a nerd. That's awesome. It's so cool. Thank you, Visionary Realms, for not disappointing. After all these years. Oh, man. Devin says that's a gorgeous sunrise. It sure is, man. And you know this is not even the finished project. I mean, right now we're waiting for the respawn, right? In the upcoming 2 weeks, I think, they promised that they're going to do another pass on the lighting. So the lighting is going to get a little bit tighter. As you can see, there's some glitching in the lighting and the reflections. The trees need work. As you can see, they're kind of oversaturated, but not really. It's like it's nice. It's a pastel-y thing. They just need to tighten it up. The aliasing here needs to be fixed up, if I'm being critical. Depending on when you move your camera, some of these like shadows disappear that I'm circling right here. But you see, there's my sword, the shadow for my sword. So that's kudos to the Unity engine. The fogginess, it's that morning fog. I mean, this is solid. This is really, really nice. I mean, just to be clear, like, I do this often, but not in every game. I think the last time I did something like this was Black Desert Online. I mean, I even do this in EverQuest, right? And that's like a low poly game from the late 90s. Monsters and Memories is the other game that comes to mind. I would... I mean, I have streams about that. You can watch it. I think I spent a good like 30 minutes just watching the skybox. Yeah, man. This is cool stuff. This is a good time to just chat with your buddy. And he said, I love how when you're sitting, you can look around even in first person. Yeah, that's a good point, right? So I'm in first person right now. I can look around. Exactly. Good on VR for putting a bandit camp with this view. This is a good place for a bandit camp, that's for sure. Oh, look at this view right here, too. I mean, you're already watching. I don't need to tell you to do anything. You just do what you want. But so one other thing that I hope they continue as they build out the world is how they're placing the point of interests. So like here's a point of interest, and then that's a point of interest. Like these things are drawing my eye around, and like, oh, I wonder what that is. Okay, this is dangerous. This is a yellow. Nice. So that's good, because I mean, just the other level, we couldn't even fight a yellow. Like, even though we were grouped up, we would get crushed by a yellow. And yeah, that was really good. Alright, so that's a blue one. Oh, look at his armor. Oh, look at him. He looks fancy. Is that a trap? I've never seen a trap. Hey, Dodger. Dodger in the chat just said, "What's up?" As we used to say in the early 2000s, "What's up?" I'm sorry. That was so corny. This one's yellow to me. Dodger said that was the rage, and then it died a quick death. Yeah, I agree. Pretty much any one of those, what do you call it, like, trends, that's what it's called. Alright. I'm gonna kill some more rats. Now this one's much easier. That one's yellow. Goodness. I'm gonna stop and smell the roses really quick. It's a pretty looking flower. We have three flame lilies. Let's see, harvesting. Oh, golden potatoes is what I need, not lilies. Alright, there's a yellow bat. It's a good thing there's some guards over here. I just pulled aggro back to myself. And it looks like we're almost finished with it. Oh no, I used the wrong spell. I just used my my Paladin ability to do a full heal that I can only do once every 30 minutes because I hit the wrong key on my keyboard. Oopsie. Mistakes were made. What is this reckoning stuff that it says in the top left corner? I have no idea what this does. Probably just makes me more powerful, I suppose. Whoa. Guess they're social. I was not expecting that to happen. Alright, let's organize this a little bit. Oh look, we're gonna make a smiley face. There you go. It's a little smiley face for you. 2 eyes, a nose, and a smile. Oh, hold on, let me flip it around. Ta-da! Yeah, I know, I'm a dork. Skullcat said, it's your class resource. Yep. Paladins use reckoning points for certain abilities. Oh, sorry, I thought you were talking about the lay hands. So it's your class resource. Paladins use reckoning points for certain abilities. I did not know that. Oh my gosh. Guys, are you seeing this? I just made a friend. Of course I'll accept our friendship. Aw. Aw. How sweet. Here, take this. A flower for our friendship. Best pals for life. Oh, look, he's blushing. What a wholesome moment right next to these little purple flowers. All right. With that nonsense out the way. This one's white. Let's take it. Sneakybeanz said, XP isn't bad. I'm like 15% away from level 15. Yep, I'm also at level 5 as well. 2 more blue bars. So I just told him we're gonna split the loot 50-50. So when we kill a mob, he loots and then I loot the next one. Trying to remember what this reminds me of right here with I think High Hold Pass kind of reminds me of High Hold Pass very vaguely. the castle there. It looks dope. So I wonder if there's any effect or benefit of sitting next to a random campfire like this. It's really just a crafting station, which is pretty cool because one thing I learned yesterday is that you can craft like food and potions. And speaking of which, I need to eat. As you can see, my food bar and water bar is running low, so there you go. It's similar to how it is in EverQuest. The only difference is that, you know, you keep a stack of food and water in EverQuest and it just auto eats it and auto drinks it. Here you actually have to right click it one time, so it's not like some complicated survival mechanic. It's not like Valheim, it's not like Enshrouded, it's not, well, Enshrouded technically doesn't have that. But what the food does do is, depending on what you eat, it can actually buff you, like make your health regenerate 1% faster, right? Which, when you think about it, as the game expands and as the world becomes more unique, you know, it might even, and I'm just speculating, this is theory crafting, right? There might even be ways of, say you want to solo as a rogue, you eat a whole bunch of food that act as buffs, and now, even though you're a melee class that normally wouldn't be able to solo, if you play your class correctly, if you have the right food, drink, maybe a couple buffs from a friendly druid, you can go ahead and solo your happy way to, you know, whatever you're trying to do that night. I'm sure they're gonna do stuff like that. I mean, that's what I loved about EverQuest. It wasn't just one thing. Like, if you wanted to solo, you'd figure it out. There'd be a way for you to figure it out. You just, sometimes you gotta think outside the box. What was that? Oh gosh. I don't know. I don't see any guards. Well, that's cool. At least we get to see some scenic stuff. Skullcat said, chug a can of spinach and beat down some orcs. Exactly, like Popeye, the sailor man. Dodger said that was pretty stinking close. It was. I think it would have been no issue, except for the fact that I Oh, I'm zoning. I was low health, right? I was just exploring there. Let me message him. Didn't mean to zone, but heck, let's explore anyways. I have some feedback, and I think it's a bug and a glitch, but since I am a part of this test, I want to provide feedback, but I'm sure that this is Captain Obvious stuff. This is oversaturated, and I think it's because the lighting got bugged. Maybe if I restart the game, it will get fixed, but this is not what it normally looks like. But again, my comment isn't important because they did announce that they're gonna do a little fixing on the lighting in the coming days and weeks. But I think my playtest is gonna be over by then. Oh man, you guys can't tell on the stream, but the verticality, man, it feels majestic, dude. I know I'm being a little corny, but whatever. Mind your business. Still trying to climb up there, Sneakybeanz. Once a wood elf, always a wood elf. Hanging out by the trees. Dodger said, "Where's your harness, mister?" I know I'm not up to code, but, you know. So, Avendir's Pass is one of the newer zones. Looks like there's some blues here. Look at that guy. What is he doing up there? Can mobs climb too? I think so, yes. I think so. But I've mentioned this before, and I do hope that there's some kind of limitation to that, because, for example, you can sprint, right? And you use sprint to get away from enemies, but the enemies can also sprint. So I hope that they have a limitation to how much they can sprint. And in the same token, just like sprinting takes stamina, climbing takes stamina. So it would be nice to see some kind of, I don't want to call it a game meta. To be honest, I'm not a meta person, but a feature, I would say, where if you're creative enough, you can climb up, start casting, and then the mob starts climbing and you can nuke it while it's climbing and kind of use that to your advantage. Again, I'm speculating, I'm providing a suggestion, but yes, to some degree, my understanding is mobs can climb. I just don't know, like, to what degree and how it works mechanically, you know? Sneakybeanz said, somebody call OSHA. King's Reach Courier. Emerald Leaf Spiderling. Let's go find some mobs. Wild vegetables. Looks like that's some cabbage. Uh-oh. Let me see where he's at. Oh, there he is. Oh, is that a bandit? There's orange bandits over there. And red. Be wary of your surroundings. Alright, we need some situational awareness here. But this is a nice little bat camp. Ink. Nice. Yeah, that the healing, Skullcat said that's actually pretty decent healing. Yeah, I'm just, this is my first time really doing extensive healing, and it's pretty solid. Pulling. Okay, making sure. Oh, there's a proper camp right there. Look at that. There's a whole bunch of them. Okay, one of my... Oh, no. I was going to say Righteous Flame, but that's just my self-buff, 20-second buff to my weapon. Imbuing your weapon with Celestial Flame for 20 seconds, giving the attacks a chance to deal additional divine damage. Cool. One sweet ding. So he said, darn, all oranges and red though, and one yellow. And I mentioned that we can always level up in a little bit and explore more. Nice. What the heck is that? Dude, is that a griffin? Dude, there's a griffin. Run, run. Why are you just standing there? Run. Dude, that griffin is coming right at you. There's a freaking griffin, dude. There's a freaking griffin. Oh, heck no. No, 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 no. There's a griffin. I wish I can get closer, guys, but I really can't. He's gonna aggro me. Oh, crap. No, 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 no. This is not good. When Griffin is prepared to attack you, this fight would be madness. Do you have a death wish? Okay, so he can't see me right now. If I'm behind him, I'm gonna try to get close. Zukin said he's getting eaten by the griffin for the gram, dude. That's what I was thinking. Look at him trying to sneak up on that thing. Oh my gosh, he's right on it. Oh crap, crap, crap. Hide behind the tree. I can't believe he's right on it. Look at this guy, man. Rogues are crazy. Dodger said do it for the clicks. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no, he's dead! He's dead! He's dead! He's dead! I'm gonna avenge you! Oh no! Oh no! Oh. Oh, what's that over there in the corner? Look at that blue thing over there. That's a cool looking thing though. Oh, that's pretty looking. So that's definitely classic EQ right there. A random wandering griffin. Yeah, that was worth it. That was cool. Well, you know what? This is an excuse to sell. Oh yeah, I can barely run. So let's see, what happens when you die? You have, what's the debuff? Is there a debuff? I see I'm running slowly, but... Yeah, you're right. Dodger said it was worth it. You've got a good thumbnail now. Yep. They've really got to get emotes in here. You brave soul, you. We're gonna sell. Let's see, just for before and after. So I have 1 silver and 25 copper. Let's see what I get from this. Well, I didn't loot that much, so I don't expect a lot from this. Alright, so what do I do? It's Alt right click, right? Alt right click. Okay, that's cool. Got close to 4 silver. Oh, I'm not done yet. Rat tooth. Okay, cool. I almost have enough for another bag. Alright, keep that coal in there. Look at this effect through the windows, that's pretty nifty. That's pretty cool. You don't see that too often. Alright, I'll be right back. Quick bio break. And I'm back. Oh, the clouds look really cool right now. I love clouds. What do you call it? Volumetric clouds? These look really nice. Like sometimes I look at the sky and it's just very boring. This is the kind of skybox I like. Don't get me wrong, it needs to be diverse, but this is my preferred time of day. Looks really cool. Dodger said it's a weird mix. The sky looks real and the trees look cartoony. Yeah, so it does kind of look like that. Like if I look at the clouds right now, it's almost like it looks hyper realistic, almost as if it's just like a movie playing in the background. But of course, all of that is subject to change. Like the leaves, they kind of remind me of like EverQuest 2 type textures. But again, it's one of the things about development that's really cool is you know, we don't get to see behind the scenes, but there's a lot of tools out there that literally you can like flip one setting and it will change the lighting and what it does to the surroundings in just one move of the slider. Now, as simple as that sounds, when you move that slider, you can mess up lighting for another place. So global lighting is actually a super difficult task to accomplish. And like you see how it just shifted, the light just like kind of splashed on there. And right there again. All of that has to be polished out, and it's going to take a lot of work and a lot of time. Zukin said, that's how I feel about it too, Dodger. Skybox looks like photos, yep. And the rest of the world is more hand-painted, yep. Zukin also said, not sure if the skybox is sort of a placeholder or not. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, see, like even this sky right here looks a little bit more cartoony compared to the clouds that we just saw. Like this looks like it fits the bill a little bit more than the last one. But yeah, I'm essentially, as I'm going through the world, everything I'm looking at for the most part, to me it's like a placeholder, you know? Like these trees, right? My biggest criticism is when I look at these trees, especially when it's this like tealish color where the light is hitting it, or actually this one right here in the very back, like clearly that does not look good. That looks like somebody took some pastels and just like smudged it. But then you look at something like this, like you see the tree bark and the way it's lit here. I like that. I even like this right here. So, you know, I'm taking all this with a grain of salt. I'm like, yeah, I mean, I've said this in previous videos and some of my previous comments is my feedback is amazing work in progress. Very, very impressed with what they've accomplished. And good luck because you guys have a lot of work to go. I mean, this game is nowhere near release. I wouldn't expect it this year and maybe not even next year. Maybe next year for like early access or something like that. But these are my opinions. I am not affiliated with Pantheon. I could be completely wrong, but you know, no favoritism here. I just call it how I see it. But as far as gameplay goes, I love it. And to be honest, I mean, I play a 25-year-old game named EverQuest, so you know, graphics aren't important to me. I've played New World, and I was bored after 2 hours. I uninstalled it. Graphics looked amazing, but the gameplay bored me to death. Black Desert Online, amazing graphics and amazing gameplay, and I was hooked on it for quite some bit of time. So for me, it's just like, what does Draekos like? I think that's the only thing that really matters. You know, it's our personal preference, and so far from what I've experienced in my personal opinion, I'm really enjoying this game. But yeah, the skybox needs a lot of work, and the trees need some touching up for sure, and just the lighting needs to be overhauled altogether. Sorry that I kind of ranted on a simple answer. I'm not good with few words, I'm sorry. Everything with me is like a super long explanation, so I apologize in advance. Alright. Sorry about the rant there, buddy. I'm ready now. I'll be closing shop. Let's go get that ding. Alright, the mission for tonight, boys, is we are going to get to level 5. That is 100% going to happen. Rain, sleet, or snow. That was a silly comment. Rain, sleet. Oh, it's very dark. You guys want to see real darkness really quick? Hold on, let me read what this guy has to say. Who's this guy? Skullcat? No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't expect a release in the next presidential term, to be honest. I would be pleasantly surprised if it happened. Yeah. Well, again, I have a very long answer and opinion on what you just said, and you're not wrong. And I would agree with you because, you know, 4 years is, yeah, realistic. But I have a long answer that I'm not going to get into right this moment because I want to do something. I want to show you guys how dark. Alright, so I turned off my lantern. Watch how dark it's about to get. I mean, this is going to be like unwatchable, like from a YouTube perspective. Here, Alright, look at this. You can't see a thing. I mean, this is dark. I love points of interest like this. I've never seen this. Yo. Okay, he's following me. Okay, keep in mind I don't have a lantern on, and I don't know if there's any mobs near me. Oh, this is so tight. Dude, I don't care, man. That's cool. That is super cool. What's going on? Alright, that was a little too much. Alright, I showed off the darkness. Now it's time to take it a little bit more seriously. No way. No way, no way. Oh, wow. Did you guys see that? Yo, that was crazy. Alright, no more dying. I just wanted to see how dark it gets. Let me see these corpses. Yeah, like you see, that was really... Okay, so back to what we were talking about lighting, right? Like, it was extremely dark and you couldn't see a thing, and that's kind of like ridiculous, right? But I guess, you know, if that's how they want to make it, great. But then when we went to that place where it had the point of interest and it was all lit up that way, that was cool. I mean, that's really cool. And I guess it's like you can only achieve that if you kind of set the darkness pretty low, you know? Now, as for the release date, Skullcat, so I would agree with you that I wouldn't expect a release in the next presidential term, to be honest, right? If they were still exclusively using just the Unity assets and were not designing their own art. One of the issues that they had years ago is that they used so many Unity assets, and trying to optimize that game based off other people's assets and then copycatting that graphic style was very intensive for the graphical team to achieve that. So, like, imagine you're using somebody else's artwork and now your boss is like, all right, perfect, now copy that person's artwork exactly to the T, and it has to match this realistic art style. Like, it just, for a small team of designers, it just wasn't a viable option, right? Now that they've shifted to their own art style and they can make artwork quickly because it's so, like, for example, Monsters and Memories, it's going for a low poly look. Games like what's that other game that's very big right now? Not Embers Adrift. Ashes of Creation is going for like high poly or like Unreal Engine, right? So there's low poly, which is like something like Monsters and Memories, like high poly, something that's going like Unreal, super realistic, Ashes of Creation. And then there's this. I would coin this as like medium poly, right? So because they shifted to a medium poly art style, and because they're finally using their own art, their own assets, they're sitting there and it's a quicker workflow, I think based on that, there's a possibility they could have a partially early, like an early access type of release, like a full release, but an early access type of release with more content to come out later in a matter of 2 to 3 years. That is my opinion, and I'm based on it only off of what I just said. I don't know what's going to happen in the next month, let alone the next year. But again, based on what the factors that I just stated, and that's ignoring the fact that they still have all the races to complete, all the classes to complete, the rest of the world to build out. They have to program and script all of the quests. They have to balance everything. They have to stress test everything. So that's where I'm going back to the original statement of, yes, I agree, Skullcat. I wouldn't expect a release in the next presidential term, to be honest, right? To your comment, it's a valid statement. Monk Beans said, haha, that was close, thought I was a goner, haha. And Monk Beans said, the game will definitely be released within the next 2 years, in my opinion. And that's, you're 100% right, too. Like, both of you are 100% right. Because released might mean, to Visionary Realms, it might mean something different than what we call release? Like, what is a full release nowadays? Like, Enshrouded came out. That game was released. Fully playable, fully fleshed out world, right? But they called that an early access. Valheim has been an early access for like, what, 4 years now? So many games are releasing and they're like 90% done, and then they're gonna like tweak things as you go. Like, at what point do you just say this is player ready? And I think gone are the days of like EverQuest back in 1999. That game released fully fleshed out, but they also had a multi-billion or million, yeah, I'd say billion-dollar corporation, Sony, or I guess at that time it was Variant, corporation backing them with finances, right? Enshrouded doesn't have that. Valheim didn't have that. This game definitely doesn't have that kind of funding. You know, these are projects that are completely self-funded for the most part. And I think based on the work that we've seen so far, 2 years is a realistic target to have a semi-full early access type of release. Anyways, I talk way too much. Sorry about that, guys. Oh, no, 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 no. Run. Run. We got to watch out for those late night red mobs. By the way, I love the fact that the mobs change at nighttime. I don't see that in enough games nowadays. Like, I had no idea that was about to happen. That was awesome. You know, one thing I realized over the past 10 years of following various projects, I've always had a dream of, you know, being involved with game development or just, you know, doing oh gosh. Do we help this person? Oh no, why did I do that? I was trying to help him. One thing I learned over the years is like how much there's so much that goes into game development. More than I ever imagined. Because when I was young and growing up, I always pictured it would be like, oh, you work for a large organization and you have unlimited funding and you can do whatever you want. And it's like the reality of it is none of that is true. You don't have unlimited funding, and nowadays every other company is just an indie company. And the amount of work that goes into developing a game is mind-numbing. Dodger, I hear what you're saying. Well, actually, let me read this. I have to admit, it does look a little WoWy now that I think about it. I compared it to WoW, and I don't see that, to be honest. I see the pasteliness, but I've heard people just blatantly say it looks like a WoW clone, and I couldn't disagree more with that statement. And it's just because it's factually incorrect. WoW is... the lighting's different. They don't allow for... like maybe... okay, sorry. I'm thinking about a different WoW. I'm thinking about classic WoW. I've never played modern WoW. So actually, I can't even provide my personal feedback, because when you say WoW, I'm thinking about like WoW from back when I used to play it. If you showed me a screenshot of like that latest expansion, Dragons, whatever, World of Warcraft, then I'm sure that they've upgraded their graphics to look similar to this. But I remember World of Warcraft being a low poly game, and I'd say there's slightly more graphical fidelity to this than WoW. But I could be wrong. I will say that because I have not seen what WoW looks like today. Like, for example, like this shot right here. I remember WoW having like cartoony graphics. This looks semi-realistic, you know. It definitely has like a shaded look to it, but it looks like somebody took a realistic building and just added some shade into it, versus World of Warcraft looks like an actual cartoon. And this looks like an actual real human being, and they just like covered it in pastels, you know what I mean? So I think it's almost like, if I would say, it's like, you know how you apply a filter to a picture? Like you take a picture of your face and you got your blemishes, you got your wrinkles, and then you put a filter on it to soften it and do all of that stuff. That's what I would compare this to. It's like somebody put a filter on top of it, but the art style is more of like a medium, almost to a higher poly degree. So anyways, I was just trying to explain my stance of why I have a slightly different view than that. Let me catch up here. So I have to admit, Dodger GCD cools down. Monk Beans, oh, this game looks nothing like WoW when you're in it, I promise. Yeah, that's the thing. When you're, it probably looks different on YouTube. Because, I mean, you're not the first person to say that, but when you're in here, it doesn't, like, I can't explain it. It feels nothing like WoW, or like even from a graphics perspective, like WoW feels flat. This doesn't feel flat. It feels very three-dimensional. And I'd say again, after playing it for a while, it borderline looks just like quote unquote realistic styled game. Like I said, I already gave the analogy of like applying a filter. It's like somebody took an Unreal type of styled game and they just applied a filter over it to make it pastel-y. That's kind of the vibe I get from it. Dodger, I guess I'm looking at the UI when I say that. Yeah, I mean, again, there's a lot of, yeah, well, the UI, again, it's you know, it's the classically inspired RPG, and it's gonna look like WoW, it's gonna look like EverQuest, it's gonna look like Vanguard. The game originally, when it started development, it was by Brad McQuaid. And if you're familiar with him, he's the guy that was one of the original founders and creators of EverQuest. So the whole vision and purpose of this game was always to be a classically inspired MMORPG, a social interactive type of game where, you know, classic mechanics, classic punishments, and all that jazz. So I'm not saying they took any inspiration from WoW, but I will say that they take a lot of inspiration from games like EverQuest and Vanguard, 100%. And the purpose for the graphics change was because what they originally had was just not sustainable. They made a business decision that if they're ever going to release this game, they need to set realistic expectations, regardless of what others might think of it. And I think that was a very good decision. I think any developer that at the end of the day makes the decision that is right for their project to get completed is making a good decision. Because there's always going to be people that don't like your project, even if you do everything they ask you to do. Because some people will just always find a reason to be negative and complain. So I'm glad that they're still above water, you know, to be honest. With all the negativity I've seen over the years, I'm surprised that they're still standing after all of that abuse. This game looked under that. I guess I'm looking at that. I think he's saying apparently had global cooldowns like WoW. I'm understanding that right, George. Visual looks closer to Guild Wars 2 than WoW to me. Skullcat said that. And here's the thing, though. What it looks like. Again, I guess you have to be in game. For me, I can't even say it looks like this or it looks like that. I guess maybe that's what's drawing me into the experience. When I'm in here, it doesn't feel like any of those things. Like from a gameplay loop, it feels like EverQuest. Or maybe EverQuest 2, a combination, because it has some more modern like gameplay things. But from a graphic standpoint, I feel like it has its own identity, and I can't compare it. Like, it's weird. It's almost like uncanny, because it's almost like it combined 3 or 4 different video game art styles, and now it has its own identity. Like, I would say, okay, if I were to do what you guys are doing and compare it to a game, I'd say this kind of reminds me of EverQuest 2. EverQuest 2. What? Rats. I'm over here talking while he's leveling up. Oh, this is bad. Nice. Oh, wow. Okay. Got myself a little axe. And a rusted hammer. Oh, that was intense. I don't know how I survived that. Yeah, and just one last thing on the whole graphics thing of it, because again, we should talk about all of that stuff, right? But I guarantee you I wouldn't still be playing the game if I didn't feel like this was fun. Like, if it was only about the graphics, to be honest, I'm not impressed. What I'm most impressed about is how this graphical art style is tied into the gameplay loop, and how much the gameplay loop, how fun the game is, period. It's fun. And I feel like there's so much stuff to do and so much to explore, especially in the early phase that it's in. So I'm actually not even the best person to talk on graphics because I'm biased. My bias is that I don't care about graphics as much as I used to. Because I used to dream of ultra realistic graphics in the early 2000s and late 90s when I started off with DOS games, then Windows 95 games, then Windows 98 games, then Windows XP games, and then I've seen the progression, and I was like, I can't wait till virtual reality comes out one day in the future. Like, I can't wait until like hyper realistic graphics. And they came and they went, and I'm not impressed by hyper realism. Like, for some reason I get more immersed in something like this because I feel like sometimes the hyper realism is counterintuitive to what I'm looking for, because I'm looking to get lost in a fantasy world. And sometimes when it feels too real, it's like I kind of want to escape reality when I'm playing a video game, right? So, yeah, I'm a little biased because it's just not a big priority on my list. Come on. Come on, come on. Shoot. Back up. Oh my gosh, that just startled me. Oh wow, I got a hood, y'all. Nice. Look at me. I finally got a hood. Oh my gosh, I think I see Sneaky up there. Skullcat said, gameplay is king for sure. Atari says, yeah, I've never been a big graphics person. I care more about overall aesthetic. And one more thing about graphics. I've always had a crappy PC. So I've had to learn to like crappy graphics. But now I have like a top tier PC and I can run everything. And it's like too little too late. I've already lost interest in high fidelity graphics. Yes. 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 Yes, yes, yes. We made it. Right at 2:05, we made it. Oh man, that feels good. Sunrise. Well, this is a very good place to close up shop. I really appreciated everyone being here tonight and hanging out with me. And I really hope you guys had as much fun as I did.